Well, good evening. Welcome to VP4 TV, and we are here on Saturday night for the proposed first Saturday night 9-ball league, and we have about 15 minutes till the top of the hour when the rooms should be going up for the matches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at the team manager. Good evening or good afternoon to Bill. I'll see if I can find it. Hang on a sec. If we go to the calendar, I think there's a bit of tidying up Steve needs to do in the calendar, because this looks a bit confused the way all this stuff is. If you click on any of that, nothing works. It's when you get down to here and click on that one, that brings up the 9-ball league page. If we then go down and we look at the teams, we've got VP4 TV, which is my team. We've got Team Pinas, or Pina, however you want to pronounce it. We've got Breaking the System, Omega, 9-ball shots, and Lovely Bunch of Coconuts. If we go to the schedules, now this is important that for anybody who's in a team or the team manager, obviously. If you go to the schedules, now that the actual thing is live and we're about to kick off, we've got the weekly schedule for all the weeks to come. And so if you look at the top, obviously in chronological order, we have the first week, which is tonight, starting at 7 PM British Summer Time. And the teams that are playing are Team Pinas, or Pinas, versus the 9-ball shots. And VP4 TV is playing Lovely Bunch of Coconuts. Breaking the System is playing Omega. So the thing to be clear about, and the thing we were a bit confused about, is you're not playing every team every week. You're playing different teams every week. So, for example, my team, we're just playing the Lovely Bunch of Coconuts tonight, and likewise for the other teams. So they're playing one team from the group of 6 teams, and then that'll be the end of tonight's session. And then likewise for next week, we've got 9-ball shots versus VP4 TV, and so on and so forth. It's easy enough to follow. So that's how it goes. So at the top of the hour, the rooms will go up now. The guys were asking in the chat, Mal was asking, Matt was asking, will we see the fixtures? Now, if we go to matches, there's nothing, because that only comes up when it's live. So you won't know who you're going to play out of each team until the room goes up. But it's fairly obvious you're going to be playing one of 3 players, whatever their team is that's been picked. So that's how it's going to fall. Welcome to Mark. Right, I'm back on XSplit Gamecaster. That way I can see the chat clearly on my screen. I don't have to look at my second monitor. We don't have all the paraphernalia that goes with XSplit Broadcaster. It's just back to the straightforward stuff. Now, because I have the chat on my right-hand side, it's difficult to see who's in the lobby. What I'm more interested in is who's in the lobby as regards my team. Now, Potman is there. I know that Mark Shark was in a room, and he's still in a room, so he's getting practice in. And the one person that is missing out of my team that's due to play tonight is Tornado Tam. And I spoke to him earlier on today. And, well, I presume he's going to turn up. And if he doesn't, then my team is in the shit a little bit, because his matches will all be forfeited if he doesn't show. And that likewise, that goes for every other team that's due to play tonight. So I don't know all the other players in all the other teams, so I don't know who's here and who isn't here, but that's for their respective team captains to worry about. I have to say it looks a bit thin in the ground. No, you can't sub you, Matt. The only time I could have put you in is if Tam said to me this afternoon, I can't make it. Then I would have had to look at putting who in. But the problem with putting you in, Matt, is your rating. So your rating has to go with certain players. For example, I don't think that you can play with Popman in the team because both of your ratings, you're 2,300 odd and he's 2,200 odd. So that's the only thing we have to be careful of. But I just have to hope that Tam turns up quickly. And I've got no contact for Tam. I don't have him on Facebook or anything. So I just have to wait with bated breath to see if he will show. Good evening to Jose. You will find out, if you're in a team, Jose, you'll find out who you're going to play when the rooms go up at the top of the hour. And Sylvia isn't here. So she's a team captain. Somebody just mentioned in the chat that she hasn't arrived yet. So presumably she's remembered. Now, Steve was saying there would be a notification to let you know that the thing was up and running. I don't recall much of a notification. If I go to the home page and I look down there, there's no alert. If I go to my profile, there's no alert. So I don't know whether it's working or it's not working. Anyway, so and the other thing as well is that if we look at the teams, for example, I'm obviously focusing on my team. VP4 TV's playing a lovely bunch of coconuts. Now, in their team, you've got semi-pro Bill who's in the stream chat. You've got Tommy and Charlie Bravo and Little Wolf. So there's a mixture of those three players going to be playing. And obviously semi-pro and Bill can't play together. And neither can Tommy. I think they'll be struggling to put either of the three of them in the team together. So you couldn't have probably Bill and Tommy in the team. You might be able to squeeze it if you then stuck Charlie Bravo in. So we'll see who's all to turn up. No, I can't put myself in. I can't. Nothing can be done once the thing is live on the day. I can't swap anything. In fact, if I go to my team manager, right? Let me just bring the team manager up. If I bring the team manager up, you can see the order that I've got. I've got Popman, Tornado, Tam and Mark playing tonight because, as I say, you have to fall within the limit. Now, my team limit for tonight is 2149 and the rating limit is 2150, so we've just squeezed under the limit. So that is a problem I've got to work out. And if I'm going to play next week, my rating's what, 2000? Where the hell am I? I'm 2053. Now, if Matt's playing next week and I put myself in next week, it might be Tam again next week. I don't know. I'll need to jostle the numbers around to see how it works, but you've got limited choice because we've got such a high overall rating for our team. But I can't change anything. This idea, this bit here about kicking somebody, just kicking somebody off the team, this is where you would change things. But this is still bugged, I think, anyway. You see, it's still bugged. You have to be in an external browser, but Steve still hasn't fixed this. Anyway, I can't read the chat when the screen's white. Right, so Matt says that Little Wolf and Charlie are playing, so they're here. They're ready to go. Yeah, well, Tam's played in a couple of tournaments, as you know, or something a while ago. I certainly haven't. My ratings just went down the pan whenever I have played, which is very, very rarely. 9-ball, that is. It's only Cowboy I really play nowadays. And even then, it's only maybe 1 or 2 games on the Wednesday and the Thursday morning, so I hardly play at all. Sharky9 has arrived. I know that he was in one of the teams. But as I say, that you don't have to worry about who you're going to play. That is, you know, unlike a tournament, you can't see a bracket. You know that you're going to be playing. There's 3 of you in a team, and one of you is going to be playing one of the other guys, and then you'll play the second guy, and then you'll play the third guy in each team each night. It's fairly straightforward. If you play Little Wolf first, then you know you're going to be playing, say, Mr. Bill next. Or whatever the room says it's going to be. You know, there's nothing to worry about. You're going to play each player once. So this league night on a Saturday night is not going to take an awful lot of your time if you were in a league, in a team, because you've only got 3 matches to play, basically. And so if you think about it, you could be here, 90 minutes maximum, and that's the end of the night session. So it's not going to run like a 4-hour tournament on Friday night 9-ball. But nothing can be swapped now. Good evening to Machine, good afternoon. Let me just tab out for a second, hang on. I just tabbed out to have, I've actually started up Discord, so I don't know whether Steve is going to drop in. You know, there was nothing mentioned about whether he was going to come in. In fact, he didn't know I was going to live stream. Well, the good news for VP4 TV is Tornado Tam's turned up. So that's good. And I can't, for some reason, an XSplit Gamecast that I'm using, I can't copy and paste onto the screen. Let me try. I'll tab out again. Back in a Right, let me try that. Oh, that does work. I think you just have to go and copy it again. Right. So, we've yet to have a full and proper league night, because when we did our test, the system was broken and that failed. So, this is all a test. Let's hope the rooms go up. Let's hope, because the rooms never went up the last time we were testing it. So, here's hoping Steve's got it all fixed and above board and ready to go. We are about a minute to a minute and a half off the scheduled rooms going up. And obviously, I'm interested in what's happening with my team. Well, Tam's got the idea. Stay out of my room. I was thinking he was telling me to stay out because I might jinx him, because that's bound to happen. But I'll be jumping around the rooms. There'll be a fair bit of flitting around. No pressure. Right, so the room should be going up any second now. Now, there was a bit of an issue last night Now bear in mind I'm now back on XSplit Gamecaster. There was a bit of an issue with the quality of the stream. I don't know what caused it, but you can let me know if it's any different tonight. I'm using a whole different, my original Gamecaster software as opposed to my broadcaster software. Yeah, well, it's going to happen. Guys will totally forget all about it. Right, well, it's now past the time for the rooms to go up, and the rooms are up, and we've got Bullabog versus Risk. Now, the only thing about this is it doesn't tell you the team that's playing. It tells you the players that are playing, but it doesn't say in a bracket what team that they represent. But what you can tell is who's all playing tonight. We'll get Wit and Chico, Vexer and Bobby Barris, Tornado Tam and Charlie Bravo. Now, I'm going to stick my neck out and say, well, I would think Tam should be favourite for that, even though Tam hardly plays 9-ball. Now, is Semi-Pro in the house? Is he arrived? Well, Semi-Pro's in, so Popman's got a tough task against Semi-Pro. And Mark Shark is playing Little Wolf, and Mark Shark should be favourite for that one. So, I think what we'll do is, for my own interest, I'll go in and annoy Tam straight away. Right, so if we look at it, remember it's Moneyball handicapping, so Charlie Bravo is getting 6 and out, so Tam has got himself in trouble here, I think. And if he misses this, and he's went off the table, so Tam's lost the first rack. Ball in hand for Charlie Bravo. He just needs to pot that 6 ball, and he's 1-0 up. And that's the perils of a hefty handicap against you. You can't afford the mistakes. Oops. No, here's hoping it goes okay. The good thing is the rooms have gone up. We'll also have a look at the results on that page. In fact, let me just tab across. Hang on. And we'll get rid of this, if we can find my mouse. This is why I said in the lobby, and I'm going to say to Steve when I get him on the next stream, I want to have a dark mode for this, because the dark mode would certainly be better for seeing the text, plus it would be better for seeing the chat down the side of the screen. But dark mode is a thing that's on a lot of websites. Right, so if we go to matches, we can now see the matches tab is live, and we can also see the latest scores of the matches as well, and that'll update periodically. Has Popman arrived? Well, he's cutting that fine. Tam's under pressure all the time here, because if you can't, and then he's going to scratch here as well. Oh, that's a disaster. Oh dear. And it's another gift, 2 gifts in a row for Charlie Bravo. And this is a prime example, a perfect example of how not to play against somebody who's getting 6 and out. And the fatal mistake is making that mistake at the business end of the rack. And Tam's getting in first each time. And he scratched again. Oh dear. Now, this is where Tam has a chance, because Charlie Bravo has got to find his way to the 6 ball. And that's a tall order for a 1600 rated player, especially with the 3 ball being blocked by the 7. But he might have a bash for the combo here. He might have a little smack. Well, he's tried a billiard and he's flipped to 3 the other way. And he tried to scratch. And he's on the 4. Look at the matches tab. Again, it's bugged for me. Now, let me have a quick look. I'll just see Charlie shoot this 5 ball. Right, now Tam has ball in hand and has to run 5 balls. Can he do it to get off the mark? Now, what's bugged on yours, Bedhead? Because everything looks fine to me. We can see that's the overall match score for the night for each team. And these are the actual match live scores. That's the overall team score, the big zeros, and then that's the match scores. I think Tam's missed another one. And this time, though, he's got lucky because he's not left the 6 ball on. Potman 3 times. Yeah, but Bedhead, what you're not understanding is, see this section here, see how there's a line between each of them? This is the first set of matches above that line. These are the matches that are playing right now. So we've got Tornado Tam 2-0 down to Charlie Bravo. That's the match we're watching. That's the first set of matches. And then once this first set of matches is finished, it's the next set of matches. So you're going to see each player 3 times. You're going to see Tornado Tam down here. There he is there. You're going to see him down there. It's easy enough to follow. If I can work it out, and I'm a bit thick, then I would expect a clever Swede to work it out. He's in the wrong tab, is he? Oh, so he's a numpty, is he? And Tam's got himself hooked again, and this is a disaster. Look at it, it's wrong. Right, what am I missing? Because I can't see your chat when I've got it on the screen. It shows Potman versus Semi-Pro 3 times. Ah, right, let me have a look. Potman versus Semi-Pro. Potman versus Semi-Pro. Oh, aye, that's bugged. Aye, where's Steve? Is he there? Right, hang on to a PM, Steve. Hang on a minute. And get a hold of him. I'll be back in a minute. If I can work out what the hell I'm doing. Where the hell am I? Wrong tab. I see if he's actually awake. In fact, I don't see him in the room. Is he there? Oh, there he is. Let's see if we can get a hold of him. Right, let's see if he reacts to that. So, Tornado Tam again, 3-0 down. What is it? In fact, I forgot what it's a race to. It's a race to 7. Now, Steve's probably noticed that issue. I never noticed that. I didn't see what I was supposed to be looking at. But now you've pointed it out, it's glaringly obvious once you see it. This is another tough 8 ball for Tam. Cannot make the mistake. And he's run too far. Has he? Has he? Oh, he'll be able to thin this in. Got to watch the cue ball though. So Tam's off the mark. This might wreck the whole thing. now that we've got those three fixtures with Popman and Semi-Pro. Aye, I think we'll be lucky if Steve arrives. I think he's scratching his head. That's probably what he's doing. Let me go into the channel, but I take it you've seen the problem the guys have just pointed out.
Yeah.
Right.
And?
Right. Why is Popman playing Semi-Pro 3 times? That's the first question.
I don't think he is he?
Right. Are you watching the live stream? Because I've got the page on the screen. I've got the matches tab up.
Yeah, I know the active matches aren't displaying correctly.
Right. So that's not going to affect the running of the thing. It's not going to break, is it?
I don't think so.
Now, I think one of the other guys pointed out that my team is losing in all 3 matches when it might not be the case, although I haven't looked in the other room, so I don't know what the scores are. I know that Tam has just won. What's the score? Tam's just won his second rack, so that score's correct. And then there's other people haven't turned up, so I notice a forfeit match has just gone through there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I guess the Filipinos don't understand the times, even though they were shown as local times. I don't know what's going on, but I questioned that because it's, early morning hours there.
Right. The one thing I also queried, where was the sort of alert or the reminder for all the players that these matches were on tonight? Was there a
you didn't get a reminder?
And well, is there a notice supposed to be in your profile page when you first log in? Because I never saw anything.
There should have been alerts. There should have been a message sent to the message box. There should have been an alert online. Right,
hang on to go to my message tab. No, there's only 2 messages that I had this morning that I checked, and that was from this.
You're not playing, so I'm not sure if you would have got it or not.
Ah, right. Maybe that's it. You might have a point there. You might
probably
have a point.
Should still get it, but I'm not sure. It may not be working. I don't know. That was something that was not actually tested. I put it in there. I tested it, but it hadn't actually run on the production system.
Right. Now, Matt says the match scores are displaying correctly. The first ones have come through. Right, that's fine. Matt says it's true, Hugh. We are losing. I was hoping it was broken. VP4 TV is losing in all matches. That's great news. Thanks for that.
No, this is some kind of stupid problem. I don't know. Somehow it got broke. I just have to go track it down.
Right.
But I can't do it while I'm talking to you. So, is there something else that we need to be aware of?
Not that. I don't think there is. But certainly the only thing that needs to be checked out is whether these alerts are going out now. As you say, these Filipino guys.
You go talk to the guys that are playing and see. It'll be in their mess. They should have got something in messages. They should have also seen an alert online, like in the lobby or something. But for sure, they should have seen it in the messages. And if they didn't, then I need to know.
I'll ask my team members, because Matt's in the same boat as me. He's not playing tonight, so he may well not have got one because of that. Okay, I'll let you go then. Thanks for coming on, just to clarify it. See you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Right. So where have we got to here? Tam's 6-2 down. Well, he's pretty much dead and buried. It's a big ask for Tam to get through this flawless without leaving it easy for Charlie Bravo just to pop one of his money balls. Well, Charlie might have a bang here on this 2-ball. 2-7. Oh, Wits had a pummeling. Cheeky Chico's won that match 7-0. Well, Tam's got ball in hand, but he's got a major problem with that 8 and 9 ball. Now the thing is, if Tam got onto that 7 ball in such a way, he could try and get some sort of angle to give them a nudge, because they're not set as a combo. But this is a totally alien game for Tam. He doesn't play 9 ball, and he's all set up for the 10-foot table like me. So Charlie Bravo has won that match. Right, let's have a quick look at this this tab, and we'll see that result has gone through. We've got Tam on 2 and Charlie Bravo on 7. We've got Popman 4-0 down to semi-pro, and Mark Sharp is trailing against Little Wolf. Let's have a look at Popman and see if we can jinx semi-pro. And Popman's getting the 8 ball, which obviously he's not been getting the use of it, and he's up against it here. Now, did Sylvia show in the lobby? She actually appeared. Presumably, she's not appeared because she's not playing. I don't think her name. No, she's not showed. And she's a team captain. Oh, she did show. I can't see her. Oh, there she is. I take it back. I see her now. Yeah. Where's the cue ball going? And that's a disaster. And this, well, I think the 7 ball's fairly tight to the rail, is it? No. So this should be 5. Now, it would be good if all my team members, especially the ones that are playing, actually dropped into the stream, and then I could give them a good ass whooping. Or I could give them an encouraging team talk. Oh, Tam was always going to be up against it. You know, if you can't get that, if you can't get into that potting consistency and you're making mistakes at the wrong time, you're just asking for a drubbing against 6 and out. He was always going to be struggling there. And this is the only thing that can save Popman's life here, this 7 ball. I mean, it's just off the rail. But it's gone in. This might be a wee bit awkward. Let's have a look. I think well, it's a wee testy one, but he's got 3 rails to get on this 9 ball. It should be fine. Well, it's a tall order for Popman. Let's have a look at my team. Oh, it's 3-all in the Mark Sharp room. I've got to go in that one. Now, that's the other thing that Steve might want to have a look at in the future, is actually putting a tab here so that, like the the tournament bracket, so you can just click the little button and go straight into the room, rather than having to leave this room and then go to the next one. So I might have mentioned that. I don't know whether Steve took that on board, but I'll mention it again. Right, now this might be the kiss of death. So Mark Shark is given Little Wolf the 5 ball, and that's a wee bit fairer to Mark. Yeah, Steve's aware. Yeah. I've got him on. I brought him into Discord just to clarify it. Yeah, but either way, it doesn't make good reading for VP4 TV. That's one thing that's clear. Popman's on the end of a roasting from semi-pro. He's 5-zip down, and Popman can't get a chance to get to that 8 ball that he's getting. Tall order he's got. This is our only hope of getting a result in this first set of matches. If Mark can take this out, and well, he should be, and he shouldn't be scratching in that top right-hand corner. He should be well aware to stay well away from that corner pocket. He needs to do something with the cue ball here, just to make sure of it. Now he just looks as if he's putting plain top on this cue ball. No, now he's got himself set. That'll do. Just make sure you adjust the line of that cue ball so that it's not heading into that corner pocket. Now he's fine, he's not going to scratch the side. He can just roll this in gentle. So Mark goes into the lead. Our only hope of a point or a win in this first group of matches. With the greatest respect to Popman, it'll be a miracle if he got out of that match with semi-pro. But it's not over till it's over, as they say. We've still got the second batch of matches to get underway, which presumably once your match is finished, if the other guy's finished his match that you're due to play, I would assume the room just goes up. Yeah, there's the result as expected. Semi-pro has cooked Popman's goose. 7 racks to 0. And rest assured, when I'm playing, I won't be streaming that night. I won't be doing any of that stuff. I don't know what teams... See, that's the thing about these alerts that we're seeing in the chat. I don't know what teams they represent. And I don't want to have to keep tabbing to the actual league page to keep looking and see who's who and what team they're in. Ah, right, so Popman's second match is up. Well, good luck to Popman in that one, whoever he's playing. And meanwhile, Mark Shark for VP4 TV has a slender lead, and Sharky9 has won by forfeit because Vexer's another player that hasn't shown up. Is Vexer one of those players in that Pinas team? Let's have a quick look. Right, where are they? Yes, he is. And none of those guys showed up. Jover, Paulina, Bullabog, and Vexer, none of them have shown. Oh, so much for that idea. And you would have thought that if Steve's system was working, again, you don't know whether these guys have got notifications on or whatever. Well, I haven't a clue. have not got a clue what's going on there if none of them have showed up. See, this is the thing, a lot of people get the enthusiasm for doing these things and then they don't follow it through. Unless a hurricane has hit the Philippines and, you know, they're blacked out. Right, so a quick look at those matches. Cheeky Chico beat Wit 7-0. Z Karaoke and Larry are 5 racks all. Christians, Ice Age is, what the hell, where are we now? So Lovely Bunch of Coconuts are 2-0 up against VP4 TV. If you look at 9-ball shots, well, they're going to have a walkover tonight. Look at that one. And Omega is 2-0 up against Breaking the System. So Mark, he's played a duff one there. He's taken his eye off the ball, and he's left a pot for Little Wolf to square the match. Just needs the 5-ball. That's a big mistake. I think I need to leave this room. And he's overcut it, and Mark's got out of jail. Well, he's got out of jail as far as the 5-ball's concerned. Well, Ice Age is talking about an error. Well, there'll be an error there all night until Steve fixes it for next week. He won't be doing anything tonight that's going to fix it tonight, now that everything's live. So Little Wolf now has to clear the table because his money ball has gone. So all he needs to do is roll the 7 in and roll the 9 in. And we're definitely going to be all square here. So this is on a knife edge, this match. This is VP4 TV's only hope of getting a point on the board. And he's making me sweat, Mark Sharp. What's Z Karaoke getting? Is he getting like the 7 or the 8 ball? He must be getting about the 7 or the 8 ball. He won't be getting 7 and out or anything like that, but I would be guessing he'll be getting the 7 or the 8 ball. Yeah. That's a dangerous handicap, that, for Larry. So Mark trying to redeem himself here. Oh, it's went to a final rack decider. Oh, he didn't want to do that. I mean, you must know that you're going to run into that 4 ball. You've got to do something with the cue ball to get away from that. And this is dangerous as well, because look where the 5 ball is. If he doesn't get this 4 ball, or he doesn't get it safe, and that looks pretty safe to me. That was well done, because that was asking for trouble. If he some sort of attempt at that 4 ball, it was just a gift for Little Wolf. Now, quick look at the 6 ball. Now, clearly the 6 ball is locked up from that side, and is not any good from that side either. I don't think. It's far too tight. So I think Mark should be taking a risk here. He's got to try and break that 6 ball and know that he's going to be unlucky if he doesn't have a shot in the 5. He's got to take the break out and hit it fairly firm. He's got to move these balls. Well, you've got to hit it firm, because if you don't hit it firm, you're going to block yourself. Okay, he can jump to escape, but is he going to give enough pace in this cue ball to have a shot in the 6? You've got to hit that a lot harder. Oh, it needs to run. It needs to keep running. It needs to keep going. I think he's got there. Now, don't run into the 8 ball, whatever you do. And he's avoided it. That needs to slow up. It needs to get the brakes on. Now, once again, he needs to get a hold of this cue ball. Now, where's he going? Is he playing a bank or a cut? No, he's playing safe. And this is where Mark's got the advantage, because Little Wolf's got to run 3 balls to win this rack. Once that 5 ball has gone out the way, it puts the pressure on Little Wolf to deliver. And I think he's got away with that. Yeah. Now, Mark can hit this off the short rail, the left long rail, and up the table to this short rail in the bottom here. And he can leave the cue ball up there, but he's trying to run thin. And that works just as well, as long as he doesn't scratch. As long as he doesn't scratch. Oh, goodness me. I'm totally impartial. Now, I don't think he can billiard that. Or can he? No, I think he would push the 9 to the rail. Yeah, he's just going to dink it through. I'm glad he didn't try something over ambitious there, because I think he would have just pushed that 9 ball to the short rail. It wouldn't have went to the pocket. And now Mark has his chance. Now, again, you've got to see the obvious here. The obvious here is that you're going to hit that 9 ball if you just hit this plain ball. And the other thing is, if you get into it too much, you could scratch. And that's why he's taken his eye off the ball, because he's done everything there other than pot the 7. The obvious happened. He ran into the 9 ball. Well, that was a good effort. And now the pressure's suddenly on Mark. Now, does he want to risk the pot? Because, again, he's got a fairly easy safety here. Is he going... What's he doing? He looks as if he's hitting us full in the face. With a bit of left English. Well, that's not good. And Mark's feeling the pinch now. And Little Wolf has got a choice here. He looks as if he's going for it in the side. No, he's going for it in the corner. And again, Mark breathes a sigh of relief. He's pretty much odds on to be on the 9 ball. He just has to focus the pot and let the cue ball find its line. Right, we'll give him that. Let's have a look and see how things are going. Now, I can't see what Tornado Tam's doing because he's not shown on any of the tabs. I can't see anything. All I do know is we're still 2-0 down. So Steve's going to have to get that fixed. Are you in that other room, Matt? What's happening with Z Karaoke and Larry? I never saw anything come up yet. Oh, wait a minute. Larry won it. Larry won it. I've just sold the chat. Am I muted? I am muted again. What I was saying there is the first priority for Mark having ball in hand there was to get rid of this 4 and 5, because it then makes him favourite for the rack. Because it's a tall order for Little Wolf to run these balls. And Mark's got trouble here because he's got a tall order to get on this 7 from this position. He's just going to take his medicine and not try anything stupid. He's got a shot in the 7, which is a sensible thing to do. And again, he's guaranteed to have some sort of shot in the 8 ball. He just has to fully focus on the 7. Now, this is where, once again, you can go. The safest shot is to go forward and come back up the table. I wouldn't dig down to draw back. I would go forward and just let the cue ball run. And he's caught the knuckle. As soon as you catch those knuckles, you're in trouble. And Little Wolf, if he can get good on this 9, and that isn't good. He's got a bank, but he's going to have to shape it for the bank. I think it's not set as a bank. He's going to have to cut across that 9 ball for the bank, but it looks as if he's going for the cut. And that's a good effort. And once again, Mark should be drawn into this cue ball, just a little jab, just to slice it in and draw the cue ball away from the scratch. Oh, he's fine. He was thin, but again, you've got to draw away from the scratch. And he's come round the angles. Oh, Jesus. This is painful. But Mark is on the hill. And the 3 ball's going to go. And he's got a shot in the 1. And the 2's sitting there. And the 4 ball to follow. And if he gets the right, now the important thing here is when you pot this 2 ball, you leave some sort of nice angle in this 4 ball to be dropping the 4 ball out. You want to have an angle like that, probably, or like that, but it's more likely like that, so that you can drop it in, come off the rail and out for the 5 into the side, and then leave yourself in the 6. Now let's see what he's done. He's got an angle. So once again, just a bump in off the rail. And that's pretty good because he can finish on this side of the 6 so that he's not running into the 9 and he can get up for the 7. Well, he might be okay. Well, he's caught the 9 and of course now he's in trouble. That's why it's so important that you get the right angle, that you're not messing with the 9. And now he's in bother. Well, I know what I would do. I would just send this to the side rail. I mean, if he's going to be a hero, it's a tall order to get this in and get round and down for this 8 ball, bearing in mind where it is. And really the best side obviously is here. And he's trying to duck for cover. Well, he's opened the 8 ball to the other pocket now, because it's now blocked by the 9 to this pocket. And that's going to run too far. And, well, it's a gift for Mark to go over the line. Ball in hand. On the 8 ball. And again, he's now given himself the angle with ball in hand. And that's the angle that you want to come away from the 9. Good evening to Sharky. And so this will give my VP4 TV team, well, that was a bit tentative, wasn't it? He didn't play that with a great deal of confidence. Oh, it's gone in. So we're off the mark. Right, let's have a look. And we'll see how long it takes for this to update. Let me do a quick refresh. Matches. So we've now got a point in the board. Let's have a look at the lobby and see what rooms are up. Why is Tam not playing? Have I missed something here? What have I missed? Somebody, oh, he's waiting for Little Wolf, right? I got it. That's right. Right. So, we've got Wit playing Z Karaoke. Tornado Tam's about to play Little Wolf. Popman's playing Charlie Bravo. So now, we've got two. Well, I'm talking purely from a captain of the VP4 TV team's perspective. But we'll get Tornado Tam and Popman, who should be favourites in those matches. But the problem is that Popman's been given a hefty handicap to Charlie Bravo, and if Popman makes his mistakes like he's known to do, he could be in trouble against Charlie Bravo. And Tam is in the same boat. You know, it's asking a lot for these two players to run balls, but they can rely on Popman and Tornado Tam making mistakes at the wrong time and just potting their money ball. So, pressure matches for these two guys. So, I'm going to go in and have a quick look at Popman. And Popman's 5-0 up. And Charlie Bravo's getting 5 and out. And Popman, I think, is hooked in the 4. Is he? Yeah, he is. Where's this cue ball going? I might have jinxed him. So it's a 4-6 combo to get off the mark here for Charlie Bravo, and this looks fairly straightforward. Right, I'm getting out the room quick. It was all good there at 5-0 until I came in. Dear. Right, let's have a quick look at Tornado Tam. It's still 0-0. Right, I'm bailing out quick. And let's go into Mark Shark in semi-pro's room. Mark Shark getting the 6 ball. And, well, semi-pro's got to get good here because obviously the 6 ball's locked up. And he's just trying to get below it. And that isn't going to do it. But it will cut. It will cut. Pressure shot though. Now let's see if my jinxing can work here. It has worked. Where's the cue ball going though? Oh, I think he can get a decent enough amount of that cue ball. So this to get off the mat for Mark Shark. And Cheeky Chico has beaten Christian 7-3. Right, I'm getting out of here quick. Let's have a look at how Larry's doing against Ice Age. I would imagine Larry's given a hefty handicap to Ice Age. Oh, this isn't looking good. Oh, I'm in the room. And Ice Age is 5 racks to 2 down. Ice Age getting 6 and out. And Larry has potted a ball. The 4 ball's gone. No shot in the 1. And again, he's got the push out to play. And he's leaving the bait there for Ice Age. He's leaving the Ice Age a pot. And Larry's relying on Ice Age not being able to get to this 6 ball. And he's not really good on the 2, but he's going to play a long 2-6 combo. This is a bit ambitious. He could cut this to the side, but I think he'd be far better having a bash at this. And now he just has to hope he gets lucky. Well, Larry's got a possible 2 onto the 5. I think he could play the 2 onto the 5 because the obvious thing is that it's not a money ball for Ice Age. You know, he's decided to play the bank. Now Ice Age has a good chance here if he can get himself on the 3. But you see, this is what players like this level do. They bang a ball in and let the cue ball run and hope. And he's got lucky. Sometimes it works, but very, very often they just end up dead in a rail or in a corner somewhere. But if he gets lucky enough, and he can see this 6 ball, and that'll do. So, back to within 2. And Ice Age has potted a money ball, I think, there. Oh, is it the money ball in the break? It must be. It must be. I think the 6 ball went down. Or something like that. So that was a quick turnaround. It's 5-4 now. I didn't know it was... I didn't know spot money was off. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the info here. Have I read this wrong? 3 foul jump cue. Spot money's off. So that means if you pot the money ball in the break, either the 9 ball or any other money ball, you win the rack. And suddenly Larry's under a wee bit of pressure. Oh, well, he hasn't scratched, but He's got a thin edge in the two. Well, I don't know whether I'm looking at this and I'm thinking how I would play this myself. Well, I was thinking of the amount of that ball that you could see, you could overcut it that way and hopefully bring the cue ball back that direction for distance. Well, it isn't ideal, but let's put it this way, Bedhead, it makes it interesting. Suddenly a match can turn on its head if you can get a money ball in the break. And if you're getting 5 and out and you suddenly win a rack and you do what Ice Age just done there, you know, you can get 2 racks on the board in the blink of an eye, which is exactly what Ice Age did. But that's a surprise to me. I never noticed that in the league setup that spot money was off. Well, if Larry didn't know that, he certainly found out quickly there. But he should be on the hill here. But he's a bit straight in this 7 ball. He's going to have to punch this in. And now he's good to go. Nice angle on the 8. Nice angle, and just get the weight of the cue ball right. That's all he has to worry about. And he'll be down onto this 9. And well, any more porridge this morning for Larry and he would have scratched. So that puts him 1 away. And likewise for Larry, if he can get a 9 ball in the break, he wins the match. Four balls going to go. And he's got no shot in the 1. And I don't think he can't push that through either. Now he still could play a push out. Yes, it's having spot money off is certainly giving an advantage to the guys that are getting a hefty handicap. No doubt about that. It puts pressure on these 2,300 rated players that are in these leagues. So it's not all doom and gloom for the underdog. They just have to get lucky. An Ice Age might have a pop at this, but if he plays this wrong, he'll scratch the side. He's trying to play the 2-7 combo. He needs to watch the cue ball though. Well, this is a little test here for Larry. This is not a gimme, this 2 ball. And these balls are all wide open. And remember that from 6 and out, they're all Ice Age's money balls. And that's a good shot by Larry. And he's got a nice little cut. He'll be dead on the 5 ball. But the big test is 5 to the 6. And how he gets there. He certainly doesn't want to go down the left side as we look. So let's have a look. Yep, he can come down the right side. But he's going to have he's going to have not much room to get on this 6 ball. If he goes this way, he has to make sure he goes far enough and not catch the knuckle. He's played it well. No, again, I think he's just a wee bit straightish. I think he might just take his medicine here. He could just dig back here and push this up the table, this 7 ball. That would be the sensible shot to do. Just jab it in, come back and run it up the table. He could try and punch this through, but he could run into the 9. He's got to be careful. This is why he's thinking about it. I think, well, he's put a wee bit of right on here. And, well, he didn't listen to the commentator because the commentator saw it running into the 9. And Ice Age better get ready here because he could have a chance. Larry's going for the cut, I think. Oh, he's played that well. And look at the bounce he's got. Well, Larry should be home and dry. Now, I haven't looked at the 10-ball World Championship tournament page today, so I don't know if there's any more matches scheduled. So Larry wins that one 7-4. But I do have 2 matches that I'm going to do. Well, I'm going to do one main one and then jump over to the other one tomorrow night. We'll look at that in a little while. Right, so let's have a look at the matches. We'll do a quick refresh. And we'll see that VP4 TV has still got 1 point on the board. And obviously 9-ball shots is just getting a complete walkover, so we don't need to worry about any of those matches. Dare I go into the Popman Charlie Bravo match? Let's have a quick jump in. Tomorrow at noon. Well, I won't be able to get that because I'll be at work. I'm working till 2 p.m. tomorrow. And I would have loved to have had that match. I'm up at 4 tomorrow. And I'm on from 6 till 2 in the afternoon. So I won't be able to get that one. So if you want to watch it, you'll have to be there. And that would be a good match to watch. Especially to see how well Barker's plays. So to schedule a World Championship match, I click on that little spreadsheet icon. Well, you have to send your opponent a proposal. So if you look at the home page, at the main page for the tournament, I think it's up in the top right hand side because I haven't used that myself, so I can't remember, but it should be obvious to you on the actual tournament page. So you send a proposal to him, and he should either accept it or send another one back to you. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. Well, Popman on the hill here, and he's in trouble because he's going to have to get good on this 7, and that isn't it. And now he should be looking for some sort of safety here because I don't think that gets past the 8. No, it doesn't. Now, Sharky, when you're sending a proposal, and obviously bearing in mind, I'm assuming you're still in Germany. Well, there's a bit of a fluke. If you're going to set a match and you want to give me the chance to live stream it, then if you're going to make it for during the week, if you make it on Tuesday evening or Wednesday evening or on Thursday even at 8 p.m. your time, 7 p.m. my time, then I'd be able to stream it. Any other days, if it's too late, oh dear, well, there's a really poor shot from Popman. I'm going to get out of this room because I think he's feeling the pinch. Right, let's have a look at Mark Sharp, semi-pro. Well, Mark Sharp's getting the 6 ball, but again, he looks to be having a similar problem in actually getting to the 6 ball. Semi-pro with a 4 racks to 1 lead. And Mark's played the bank on the 1. And I don't know whether that's going to give him any great advantage. He's going to have to duck for cover here somewhere. Now, if he gets this right, there's a danger of scratching up top right. Well, he's went for the pot. You know, he's staying at the table, but, you know, he's not getting anywhere near the next ball. And now he's got to play something half decent here. And he can just see enough of the 4 ball, but he needs to keep this 4 ball safe, or he's dead and buried in this rack. And that ain't it, I'm afraid. I don't know whether he tried to build in the 9. He probably did. But it's a 5-9 for a 5-1 lead. Well, I think, and again, unless there's a big turnaround in this match, I think VP4 TV can concede this one as a loss. Larry's now playing Cheeky Chico. Tornado Tam's playing Little Wolf. Let's have a look in that one and see what's going on. If we can get in, that is. They might be breaking off in a rack. And Tam is 5-0 up. And Little Wolf's at a bang. And Tam has to get enough pace in this unless he just drops it in to hold for the 8. No. And Tam's struggling with these lines. And the 6 ball is gone, so Little Wolf has to run the 3 of them. And Little Wolf just trying to get below it. And he's pretty much in a reasonable enough line, but can he pick the line? Yes, he has. And once again, as soon as I join the room, I've jinxed my player. No, you don't, Sharky. No. No. If you need to go to the bathroom, you just say to your opponent, you know, be right back, bathroom break, and they'll just wait for you. But the best time to do that is just before the end of a rack. So if you're at the table, the best thing to do, because I think it's winner breaks. So if you say to them, I'm going to get a coffee or I'm going to the bathroom, then you don't break off in the next rack and you can go and get that done and then come back. But you can't leave the room or it will time out after 10 minutes and you'll forfeit the match. Well, Tam's still in this situation where he's got no real shot. Well, he's dropped it into the side. And you can see the 4. I didn't think he would have fancied that 3 ball, but he's gone for it. And now he's slightly the wrong side of this 5. And again, this cue ball's heading towards the 9. And I think he's put a bit of English on there to try and punch it back across the table. And Little Wolf just needs the 5 and 6. He's overcut it. And Tam should be home and dry here to get in the hill. I'm attempting fate by saying that. I think I'll give him it now. And Popman has beaten Charlie Bravo by 7 racks to 4. Let's have a quick look at the matches. I'll do a quick refresh just to make sure it's all up to date. So, Team VP4 is all square with Lovely Bunch of Coconuts. We're back in the game, boys. For the time being, that is. And we have a good chance of taking the lead here. This is going to scratch. And the table's ugly. And Tam could go for the 3 fouls here. This is a good opportunity for 3 fouls. And I'll tell you something. Because you can't get to the 4 ball and it won't pot, that's what I'd be doing. And Tam's, you know, not played 9 ball often enough and long enough. He's trying to be a hero when he should be actually just sticking Little Wolf in a hole. And he could have this match won. That was not the shot. I mean, you've got to look at the level of the opponent you're playing and bury them when you've got a very good ball in hand chance of doing that there. And he could live to regret it. I know for a fact that I would have had Little Wolf stuck in that top left-hand corner there and would have left him something really difficult to get out of, and I would have done the same again if I had ball in hand, and that would have been the rack, pretty much. And that's exactly what Tam should have seen there. It was glaringly obvious. But the one big thing to Tam's advantage is that it's only the 6 ball. It's not 6 and out. And the 6 ball's blocked by the 8. But it doesn't help Tam's cause. Because, well, what's Little Wolf trying here? He might help Tam here if he's actually going to smack this 6 into this. Oh, he's played the combo, and that's a good shot. And suddenly it's 6-2. But thinking back to the earlier part of this rack, Tam needs to see those things. But it's the inexperience of a 9 ball player that did that. And Little Wolf has potted 2 balls. The 7 and the 8 have gone. The 1 ball's awkward. But if he drops it in dead weight, he would be on the 2. Now once again, Tam should have Little Wolf in trouble here. I mean, there is a possible bank on. And he's gone for the cut. And he's fluked to 5. And the 1's right in front of him, and he can draw back for the 2, and everything's fallen into place. And Z Karaoke has beat Wit by 7 racks to 4, and Tam's missed a howler on the 2 ball. And, well, Little Wolf's got to get down for the 4. He's got loads of room to get there. Well, what I'm going to have to do once, I'll probably do it tomorrow when I get home from work. I'll look at the teams and see if I can put myself in for next week and who I can put in with me. I'm very limited in what I can do. And Semi-Pro has finished his match with Mark Shark, so the bunch of coconuts are into the lead by 3 matches to 2. And, well, this is a thin cut. And Tam was 5-0 up when I joined the room. It's now 6-2. And that's not going to get there. But Tam is going to be hooked, I think. Let's have a look. No, he can chip that in, no problem. He's got loads of room. He needs to be gentle, though, if he just wants to either finish in the 6 on the side or down the rail. And now it's sort of no man's land, this 6 ball. But he can still just drop it in. He needs to stun it in, to be honest with you, to get out onto the 9. You see, that's no good. He's left a bank. This bank for the match. He hasn't found a line. And Little Wolf can get yet another rack on the board here. Oh, this could turn into a nightmare, this match. And Tam should have had it won long ago. Well, no ball in the break. And a shot in the 1 ball for Tam. And no shot in the 2, I don't think. Oh, and again, Tam's fluked the 1 ball. Now, once again, it should be a thin sliver off this 2 ball and go to the long grass up that end of the table. That's what he should be doing. I mean, just a nice feather in the 2 ball. Try and just brush it behind the 5. And he's had a pop and he's scratched. And I'm going to have a word with Tam about his tactics here. Well, this is just a little kill dink into the side. And again, Tam's struggling. Well, the 7 ball won't combo. If you bang the... It might if you bang the 3 and it just chips the 7. Like that. It almost got there. Oh, now the 9 ball's awkward. I mean, this 9 ball's a bit dodgy where it's sat. And the 6 ball is still in the table, which is the danger. And Tam's doing everything to get himself in trouble, and he's now hooked himself in the 4. And it's gone right downhill since I joined this. Oh dear. Now, he's not really got a great deal of room to jump this, but he's having a go at it, and he does jump in Cowboy. And he certainly doesn't jump in 9-ball. So, ball in hand for Little Wolf. He's going to probably have to play the 5-7 combo and make sure that the 5-ball stays in play. Well, this is a vital match in the whole proceedings tonight for VP4 TV. And Little Wolf can see the 5. And what's he going to try with this cue ball? Because it's a simple shot, and he hasn't really played it right. He's got a cut, but he should have just been coming back up that end there just to play the 6 from that side. But this for 4 in a row, or well, was it 5-0? I don't know whether it's 4 in a row, but it's going to be the 4th rack in the board if he can cut this, and he's overdone it. And how's his luck? Well, the bank is on for Tam. This is a good bank. It's a good bank, this 6-ball. He's gone for the cut. And now he needs a lot of luck. And he ain't got it. So this 6-ball to bring it back to within 2. And Tam's feeling the pinch. He'll feel it even more if Little Wolf can get the 6-ball in the break. I'll tell you that. I think it's dry. Have you noticed I won every game until you came into the room? Well, that's the thing about competition. You've got to play under pressure. Watch every pocket. Let's have a quick look and see how things are. Well, Coconuts are 3-2 up. Omega are 4-2 up against Breaking the System. And what's scratched there? It was Little Wolf that scratched. And Tam, with ball in hand, can't pot a 3-ball. I'm leaving the room. I'm leaving the room. The guy's having a fit. Oh God. Right, let's have a look at Mark Sharp and Charlie Bravo. How's things going there? Well, it's 2-0 at the moment to Mark, and the danger is Charlie Bravo's getting 6 and out. Oh, and Charlie's had a bit of luck. And this is not a good jump shot, because he may well have enough distance to go over that 2-ball, but the problem is he'd be lucky if he kept the cue ball on the table. Oh, he'll settle for that. There's enough of that 1-ball though to pot it. So now Charlie Bravo has to get the 2, the 4, the 5, and then that 6 ball. And he's overcut the 2. And he's got away with it again pretty much. But there's a good chance to play a safety here for Mark. He can run up towards the 5 ball and send this 2 ball back towards the 6. You know, that's the safety. The danger's the scratch in the top right hand corner pocket, but you know, safety shots are there. He's gone for the bank and he's missed it in the right side because it then comes along the short rail in the bottom. Now, once again, there's a good safety on here. You know, you thin the 2 ball and you run that cue ball around the angles and come down towards the 6. Just thin it as thin as you can. And that is good. That is good enough. I mean, it's not a snooker, but there's nothing easy left on here. But that is a good reply from Charlie Bravo, and Mark's in trouble. Now, is it worthwhile rolling a ball onto something to tie things up? Well, Charlie Bravo has ball in hand now to roll the 2 into the side, roll the 4 down the rail, 5 up into the top corner pocket, but he's playing, for some reason he's playing the 2 and 5 combo for no reason at all, because it's 6 and out he's getting. And the 2's gone safe. Now again, that was inexperience. There's no way he should have been playing that combo. And that has let Mark off the hook big time there. He should never have done that, because he's not getting 5 and out. The 5 wasn't a money ball. He should have potted the 2 and then potted the 4 and then potted the 5. And that's a big mistake. Now, I don't know whether Mark's got enough of this 4 ball. He hasn't. And that's an even bigger mistake. Because now it's squeaky bum time. And if Charlie Bravo can see this 4 ball and pot it, he's got the 6 wide open for the rack. Now he needs a lucky roll. And that isn't really it. Well, Tornado Tam has fallen over the line. I'm glad I left the room. But Charlie Bravo should be back within 1 rack here. Let's have a look. Again, just a quick refresh to see how things are doing. But we are 3 matches all between VP4 TV and Lovely Bunch of Coconuts. We have Tornado Tam about to play semi-pro. Tam will obviously struggle in that. Popman's playing Little Wolf, where Popman should be favourite, but Little Wolf will be getting a hefty handicap against him, so there's a danger there. Mark Sharp's got a slender lead. So the other matches, well, the one that's going to count, because the other one's dead and buried. Breaking the system is 2 matches, and Omega are on 5. So Omega have pretty much won the evening session in that group of matches. I think what we'll do is we'll bail out in this. We'll see the end of this rack, and then we'll bail out, go at the lobby, and have a look at Popman. Oh, this is... He's not got a hold of it. And it's danger, because remember it's 6 and out for Charlie Bravo, and Mark's put himself on the block here. This is not easy. He's overcooked it. And it's a gift, and it's 2 racks all. I'm getting out of this room quick. Right, let's have a look at Potman. Well, they're in the first rack, and Little Wolf's getting 7 and out, and Potman's hooked in the 1. Well, it's a straightforward enough 1-3 combo for Little Wolf. Oh, he's got lucky there. The way that went offline and the 1 ball stayed in play. But he's still got a few balls to pot before he gets to that 7. And he's way offline on the 2. And this is what's frustrating for Potman, where, you know, Little Wolf just played a duff shot in the 2 and he's pretty much left it safe. And Potman's under pressure to respond with a safety. And that's not bad. I mean, it can certainly be cut. Again, you've got to take it in context with the, you know, the skill level of the player that you're playing against and what you're leaving them. Well, this is as good a chance as I think you're going to get, Potman, to get off the mark here. Well, all you need to do is stun this in and make sure you've got the angle in the 7 to pot the 7 and then run that cue ball around maybe 2 or 3 rails to come out for the 8 ball in the same pocket. That's a shot. I mean, there's wide open spaces to go on this 8 ball, so you just let the cue ball do its thing. Let it go 2 or 3 rails and come around onto the 8 ball. It's not a difficult shot. And he shouldn't really be thinking that much about it. You've got to get the cue ball high into the table. And that'll do. That's exactly what he should have been doing. And now it's a simple, straightforward 9 ball to put 1 on the board. Is there anybody still watching this? I think everybody's buggered off to bed, or they all went into other rooms. Well, your matches are finished, Chico. I don't even know what team you're in. What's the name of your team? I haven't even looked. This is the problem, is knowing who's in what team and keeping that in mind. I think we need to come up with a few suggestions as to how Steve can make this easier to follow. it might be worthwhile making some notes. You're in Omega. Well, as far as VP4 TV started off, we started off by losing the first 2 matches, but we've got ourselves back in it. I'll be honest with you, having seen the way things have gone tonight, I think this whole league season could be a bit of a lottery in terms of how this is going to go. Oh well, you've pretty much won the night session with that score. If you lose your last 3 matches, if you haven't already, what's Potman done here? He's scratched. Right, I think he'll get out of this room. Now, Witt has just won a match against Ice Age. Let's get out of there before we jinx Potman anymore. Well, Tornado Tam's playing semi-pro. I need to go in to see if I can jinx semi-pro. This would be the shock result of the night if Tam can get anything out of this match. Well, the good news is he's got a rack on the board. Well, Christian will be getting 5 and out, I would think. That'll be a really tough handicap that Z Karaoke's got. 8 and out. 6 and out. I mean, that's still tough. And Tam has got his focus on. And Tam is getting a 6 ball. Yeah, the big shock is the fact that spot money isn't on. Spot money, of course, means that anything that's a money ball in respect to the match, like, for example, in this match, Tam's just getting the 6 ball. Now, if Tam breaks off and pots the 6 ball or the 9 ball on the break, he's immediately won the rack. And semi-pro, likewise, if he breaks and pots the 9 ball, he's won the rack. The 9 ball... We're so used to being respotted in Friday night 9 ball. It's been a long, long time where we've had the golden break on in 9 ball. And matches can very quickly turn if you get a lucky roll in the break. And that's why it's got me thinking more and more that this could very much be a lottery. I think it makes it interesting. It puts pressure on everybody. You know, if you're a low-rated player, or if you're especially if you're a higher-rated player, you get big pressure on you to deliver and not to make mistakes. It could be very interesting as the weeks go by. But I've got to work out a way to get myself into the team for next week, and whether I can get Matt in. Obviously, either Tam or Potman will be playing next week, but I need to find out if everybody's going to be available first. The semi-pros missed the 2, and what's more, Tam has got not a too difficult 2-9 combo on here. I mean, this is meat and drink for an experienced 9-baller. And Tam stuck it away, and suddenly it's 3-1, and Tam's won 2. I'd just like to point out that Tam's won 2 racks since I've joined this room. I hope everybody's aware of that, but I've just jinxed him there because Tam's scratched the break, and I think he'll leave the room. I think he'll get out. I'll get out. Right, so... Z Karaoke has won a hill match with Christian, and let's have a look and see how that finishes the night for them, I think, doesn't it? Yeah, so it's that's all 9 matches been played between Breaking the System and Omega. So well done to the Omega team. they won by 6 points to 3, or 6 matches to 3, but we'll call it a point for each match. The results are showing, well, the results are actually showing okay. That's quite good. We see that Cheeky Chico beat Wit 7-0. Z Carioca beat Wit 7-4. But Wit beat Ice Age 7-3. And then Larry beat Z Carioca 7-6. Larry beat Ice Age 7-4. And Larry lost to Chico 7-3. And then Christian, who lost all of his matches, unfortunately, that tight one at the end there to Z Carioca. Ice Age beat him 7-4 and Chico beat him 7-3. So that's all complete there. But meanwhile, we've got business to attend to in the top match. VP4 TV, I'll do a quick refresh. We've got a knife edge match. What the hell's happened there? Did I hit the home thing? I think I did. Let's have a quick look. We're still all square. And we've got Popman 2 racks to 1 up against Little Wolf. And Tornado Tam is 3-2 in front on semi-pro. Mark Sharp is 4-3. So there's very tight matches going on here. I'll go and have a quick look at Mark Shark. Oh, he won Z Carioca won the last rack with a golden break. Well, there you go. That's what we're talking about. Anything can happen. Now, who do I go into here? Dare I jinx anybody in these 3 matches? I'll go in and have a look at... We'll go from top to bottom. We'll go to Mark Shark. Oh, he's 5-3 up. He's played the 1-6 combo. And now this has to be a little dicey one just to try and hold the cue ball. He's left to cut in the 3. Now, the problem with this shot is not making the pot. The problem is the cue ball coming off the rail and coming across here and bumping into something. Or hooking himself behind the 8 like that. Has he hooked himself? No, he hasn't. He hasn't. Now he's putting bottom left in this. And he's taking his eye right off the ball. And I'm going to bail out the room straight away because I think Mark, as soon as I go in, the guys are bottling out. We'll go to Popman and Little Wolf. What the hell's happening here? It's 3-1 to Popman. Little Wolf pots the 1 ball. He's on the 2. And remember, Little Wolf's getting 7 and out. And let's see, from a VP4 TV perspective as team captain, let's see if Popman can pounce here. If Little Wolf makes a mistake or misses a ball. But once again, it's not left dead easy here, the way these balls are rolling when Little Wolf misses them. I mean, obviously the cut's on and he should be on the 4. Now, he's got a perfect little angle just to... He could stun this in a little bit and just dink across the 5 into the side. That's a shot. You see, Popman's looking at the pot. I don't know whether he's quite made up his mind where he's going here. He's putting top on it. You see, now he's got a shot, but it wasn't really played with a great deal of confidence, was it? And he's the wrong angle to go on the 6. You see what I mean? You know, you've got to work out the right shot and get there. It was far easier to play the little stun and just drop that into the bottom pocket. And I haven't a clue what that was by Popman. Well, the thing is, I mean, you know, Tam, thanks to Tam, he made up my team because I wouldn't have had a team if he hadn't joined. But, you know, Tam does not play 9-ball. You know, give him credit where it's due. He doesn't play it. It's a totally unfamiliar game to him. It's the wrong size of table for him. Tam plays 99.9% of it. Anything that he plays is cowboy, or he plays caroms, and he's playing on a 10-foot table all the time. So everything's different to Tam. Potman's got no excuse. You know, he's got absolutely no excuse. And neither will I or MC Clarkey. We've all been around 9-ball tables long enough. In virtual pool, that's dead straight. Chico says the table just shows the percentage of overall matches won or lost, so I guess actual scores are not taken into account. I haven't a clue. I didn't even know it to say anything about percentages. Where does it say that? Where's it showing percentages, Chico? Bear in mind I can't read the chat with the white background. Let me tab back to the thing to read the chat. On the event summary. Right, hang on a minute. Where the hell's that? Oh, there, right. Event status active as 2 teams playing. League is in week 1 of 17. Current standings by ranking. Omega, I'll say that again. Well, Omega was always going to be 100%. Lovely bunch of coconuts. Well, is that 100? Is it just 100%? Aye, it's just a percentage of wins and losses. Well, if you win a match, you're 100%, aren't you? You know, if you win a night session. I would have liked that. I would like this to have a wee bit more detailed, you know what I mean? I would like it to show racks won, so that if it came down to the wire, you could go by racks won and racks lost. You understand what I'm talking about? I think it should have a lot more detail. You know, this should have, like, you know, racks won, racks lost, that sort of stuff. But I don't know whether that's far too much work for Steve to do, but that's a little bit sort of bland and uninteresting, isn't it? There's not a lot to go by other than you've won the match. You know, if you win your match next week, you're on 100% still. Yeah, that needs a bit of spicing up a bit, doesn't it? Well, I think we're still in a knife edge here. Potman is 3-2 up. I'm going to leave this room. I'm going to leave the room. I'm going to go to Mark Shark and Charlie Bravo again. And it's on the hill here for Mark Shark. Charlie Bravo's had a pop. The 5 balls in play. And Mark Shark can just dink the 5 in, drop onto the 7. Use the 7 as a stopper. See, he's drawing off this 5. He should just be nudging the 5 in and nudging the 7. But he's taking it the long way round. He's taking the 6 in and the 7 into the side. Whatever it is, I don't care how the hell he does it as long as he wins. Oh, it needs to just slow up. It needs to just slow up. Well, again, you've got to make up your mind what you're doing. Now, if you go for 3 rails, there's a danger of running into this 9 ball. Now, you need to see that straight away. That's immediately what you must be seeing. And he's ran into the 9 ball, but it's not a disaster. But it was always on. So this little dink down the rail, and it's not difficult for the match. And Mark Sharp has beaten Charlie Bravo by 7 racks to 3. I think this looks pretty good reading for VP4 TV. And VP4 TV is in the lead, and we've got 2 matches still to go. And it's 4 racks all with Tornado Tam and Semi-Pro. And Potman is... I'm scared to go into the Tornado Tam room. I will not go into that room. I daren't go near it because I don't want to jinx. I don't want to jinx Tam. Oh dear, semi-pros 5-4 up. Potman's 4-2 up. Well, that updated there just as we were watching it. So Tam's one rat behind, and it could. There's still a possibility we could end up. What is it? What, 4? It's 4 matches to 3 at the moment. And you know, if Semi-Pro wins out against Tam, that's 4-all, and then it all hinges on Potman, because it looks like this match could finish first. Oh, what pressure! What pressure the captain's feeling. There's more details on the schedule tab. Let's have a look. Schedules. No, there isn't. It's only showing you. Oh, wait a minute. Is it showing you under the results tab? Let's have a look. No, that's just showing what we've already read. Yeah, that's showing basically what we've already read. We know that none of them showed up. Well, that's weird, because that's broken. Yeah, that's not showing you any more information than we could already find on the page I was on. That doesn't show you any more. You know, anything more than what's in the matches tab. Oh, well, it's 4-2 still to Potman. It's 5-4 to Semi-Pro. What do I do? Do I go into the Potman room and jinx him? Or do I go into the Tornado Tam room and jinx Semi-Pro? Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm going to go. It does look at the first box. What extra information do we get on there? Because I didn't see any. Where were we going again? I've totally forgotten where I was. What, in this results thing? What more are we seeing in here that we're not seeing on the page that I was already on? What bit am I missing? Not in the results, right? Let me go back. This is a murder thing about having a white background with the chat. I don't see any further information on here that I can't find on that other page. There's nothing else to press here. No, just on the first page. Well, welcome to Ice Age. No, I'm losing track here. I don't know what I'm looking at. Where am I supposed to look on there? Matches, that's the one I've been looking at all night. Let's have a look. Exit that box. Go to the event summary, do you mean? There's no extra information. It just has more of a summary of racks won and lost. Yeah, that. Let's have a look. Well, that's the first one we looked at. And then if we go to schedules, then the only other thing you can press is that. But I think that the one. What was the one we were looking at? Was it the event summary? Yeah, I think. Oh shit, that's not it. Hang on, where the hell am I going here? Event summary. Where's the event summary thing? That's not even the thing I want. That's the one that needs to be. That needs to be expanded for better information. I want to see totals here rather than just a win percentage and a loss percentage. Click schedules and the top box there. If you look at it, it says frames and averages. Right, hang on to read that again. So what we mean is that it could be added on the event summary table. Click schedules and and the top box, if you look, it says frames and averages. But that's showing matches and averages, which is fairly basic. Schedules and results. That's of no interest to me whatsoever, that page. None whatsoever, other than the fact that as the weeks go on, you can go back and look at that. But not schedules and results, just schedules, right? What's Steve ranting about in the lobby? If he's watching this stream, he needs to get that thing. Right, I'm trying to find the bit that you're trying to get me to look at. Bedhead says, my God. Chico says, no man, not schedules and results, just schedules. Right, I'm going to go to schedules, right? And then, of course, I can't read what you're telling me. I'm on schedules. Right, what am I looking for? We've got 9 ball shots defeated, Pinas 6-0. Games 0, averages 1876 and 2037. That's just the team averages, I presume. VP4 TV versus Lovely Bunch of Coconuts. That's still to come through. What does that mean? What does this mean here? 55-41. I don't understand what that means. Omega defeated Breaking the System matches 6-3. Game, right, 55 games. 7 sevens are 49, aren't they? I don't understand that. Is that racks? Is that what you're talking about? Right, I understand you now. Matt, Semi-Pro has beaten Tam. So the bad news for VP4 TV is that we are all square. 4 matches all. So Popman and Little Wolf is going to decide the night. And Popman is 5-3 up, and I don't want to go into the room. I'm scared to go into the room. Popman will fall apart like a cheap suit if I go into the room. Well, on Bedhead's head be it. I'm going in. And look at the 6 ball, and it's 7 and out though. Oh, he's hooked in the 4. I was thinking it was a combo for the 6. I'm all over the place here. You've no idea the stress and strain I'm under as a captain. And it's only the first week. Well, that's a good jump. And the cue ball managed to get out of the way. And he's still got a cut in the 4. And this might fall apart for us here. Has to stay out the room. So Little Wolf needs to get a shot of some description on this 5 ball. And get on the 7. And he's run into the 7. And Popman breathes a sigh of relief at the moment because Little Wolf's left it tough. I'll need to have a drink here. My throat's dry. I can't handle this. Oh, Tam's arrived to jinx him as well, and so is Mark. And Little Wolf has left it. Is it going to nail to the rail? Let's have a look. No, it isn't. And Popman's got 10. He's got 8 people in the room watching him. Who the hell's all in the room? Steve's there. Everybody's in. Oh shit, what have I done? Well, I mean, there is no way in this earth that Popman should not be sitting in the hill here. Roll the 7 in, roll the 8 in, and roll the 9 across the table. Popman just needs a golden break to win this week's session. And I think he's due a bit of luck. Come on, give us a golden break. Totally impartial, of course. Totally impartial. But give us a golden break. At least give us a ball. Has he got a ball? Matt's feeling the pressure. I'll tell you, you'll be feeling the pressure because you're playing next week. I'll tell you that straight away. I don't know who's going to be playing with you. I'm going to have to work that out, probably myself. I'll fall apart like a cheap suit myself next week, don't you worry. I will bottle it big time. Well, Popman. Oh, has he got enough? Has he got enough of the 2 ball? Yes, he has, but where's he going next? Well, the 3 ball's there, so he doesn't need to do anything. Well, this is it. If he can get on this 5 ball, let's look at the angle. See, again, this is just a little dragged stun just to come down. I mean, if he wants to just be playing it safe, he can just pot it, go to the rail and leave the long 5. He's guaranteed to be on the 6. Now he's overcooked it. He's overcooked it. What's Steve saying? Because it's on the stream. That shut him up. All right. Well, Popman, it's all in your hands, my friend. Oh dear, here we go. Now, let's have a look. Now, just nice and gentle and drop below the 5. You've got the 9. You're going to have it somewhere. Nice and gentle. You're going to have it somewhere up the table. Oh, it's in no man's land, isn't it? It's one of them. It's one of them. Watch the cue ball, though. And the cue ball is okay. And it's a victory for VP4 TV. Popman wins out by 7 racks to 3. I've been totally impartial all night. There's no video evidence of it whatsoever. I'm going to delete this so there's no proof. Let's have a look. We'll do a quick refresh. Oh, I didn't enjoy that, I'll tell you. I did not enjoy it. So VP4 TV is off to a winning start. We won by 5 matches to 4. As are the 9 ball shots, because that was all by default, so that doesn't really count, but it does count, but it doesn't really, if you know what I mean. But the more important result there is Omega. Well done to Team Omega, Cheeky Chico, Z Karaoke, Ice Age. They won by 6 matches to 3. So breaking the system, I've got some chopping and changing to do for next week. Sylvia will probably get a game next week. And likewise for VP4 TV, now do I keep the same team or do we chop and change? I think we chop and change. So I've got a bit of thinking to do. So, event summary so far, that just confirms who the winning teams were tonight. The top 3 teams is obvious. The schedule, again, it's clear that this is September the 3rd. Next Saturday, same time, same channel. Well, there won't be any live stream next week, I can guarantee you that. But we've got 9 ball shots versus VP4 TV next week. Omega playing the lovely bunch of coconuts and breaking the system playing Team Pinas. Well, I don't know where my team members are, whether they're all bailing out, but well done to them all. It was a shaky start, but we held it together and came through in the end. I'm just going to say that in the lobby. Oops, what the hell happened there? Winning Shiat. Saturday night 9-ball league, 9-ball night, that's it. So that is it, guys. Unless anybody's got anything else to say, we'll call it a night. So I'll be in touch with my teammates. I'm going to have to mix and match names, but we don't have an awful lot of choice. But either Popman or Tam may well end up playing next. Well, they've got to. But I'll get that confirmed. Other team captains will be doing the same thing. It's whether or not you stick with what you've got or you mix and match it each week. That's my intention. So my intention is that Matt's going to get a game next week. I'll probably play, and Tam or Pop. I think it'll have to be Tam. If I put Popman in with Matt, then we won't make the limit. I think it's fairly obvious Tam might have to play next week, or I have to leave Popman out. So I don't know. We'll see how the numbers come out. So with that, guys, thanks for joining us. It was fun in a painful sort of way. Here's hoping the next few weeks go the same for VP4 TV as it did tonight. So with that, thank you for joining. Stay safe, and I'll bid you all good night.